Hello, this is Briar. Welcome to episode number 4 of the Nano Beats, where I am analyzing the act of writing NaNoWriMo through the lens of the story structure from Save the Cat. Today is day 10. We are officially 1/3 of our way through the month of NaNoWriMo and should be fairly deep into the process of writing. In Save the Cat, this is the part where we are moving into Act 2 and into the meat and potatoes of our story. Generally, this is about the beginning of the fun and games beat, but that's not exactly what we're talking about today. Today, we are going to be talking about a single scene beat that is going to happen somewhere within the fun and games, but we need to be thinking about it, especially before we get too deep into Act 2. And that is beat number 7, the B-story character introduction. Like I said, the B-story character introduction beat is a single scene. It is just one moment where we meet or re-meet a new or newly important character who is going to help our hero throughout the rest of the story. This is the B-story character, or characters. It's very flexible, depending on what you need it to be. What is not flexible is the purpose of this character or characters. The B-story character is meant to serve two purposes. One, they are an anchor into the Act 2 world. They are someone who was not previously in Act 1, or if they were, then they're taking on a new role, and they're important for new reasons, because their second purpose is that they are helping our hero, our main character, learn the theme. They are here to support our character in their transformation from their Act 1 stasis into their final form, where they've learned the theme, they've become generally improved from it. And the B-story character is there to help them along that path. Just like when we were talking about the theme stated, where I said that it's important for you as the author to know the theme right at the beginning of the story so that you have a roadmap, a pathway for your character's personal development throughout the story. We're talking about the B-story character before we get into the fun and adventure that is Act 2, because we need to know this character. Our B-story character needs to be introduced at the beginning of Act 2 because they need to be with our hero through the rest of Act 2 and probably into Act 3. This is someone who is vitally important because of the purpose they serve as a counter almost to our main character. So who is the B-story character? The B-story character can serve almost any purpose that you can think of. They are someone who can be a mentor, a teacher, a friend, a new love interest, a cat, an enemy. Anything that can be a character can be the B-story character, as long as they're serving the function of the B-story character. It can even be an ensemble of characters. It can be several different people all serving to fulfill this function, this purpose, as long as they're all doing it differently, because if you've got several characters serving the same purpose in your story, then you have too many characters and you need to cut some of them out. The function of the B-story character is, as I said, to help the hero transform. Our hero can only transform because of what they're learning from the B-story character. If that character didn't exist, like they didn't in Act 1, then the transformation doesn't happen. That's why this character has to be introduced in Act 2. Because in Act 1, our hero, our character, is in stasis. They're not changing until the catalyst, where something pushes them into Act 2, where they are undergoing the process of changing. They are beginning to learn why they need to change, and the B-story character's cat is very important in this because they're the inspiration, they're the motivation, there's something that's inciting this change within our hero. And then Act 3 is like where the change is complete, the transformation is finished, and our character comes out better at the end. I keep saying that the B-story character is the one who's like guiding our hero, the one who's helping our hero learn and grow and transform. This doesn't mean that the B-story character is explicitly teaching the theme to our hero, but rather that our hero is learning from them either by being taught, by observing, by just living alongside this character. Our hero is learning and growing. So this might be a mentor, someone who is literally guiding our hero along the path. The B story character might also be a dumpster fire of a human being who our hero sees and says, I don't want to be that. And so they change their ways to avoid becoming more like the B story character. Maybe there's something in between, some mix of both, where our B story character has good points and bad points, but our hero sees them and learns from them anyway to become their own hero, their own better person. Whatever the B story character needs to be in your story, this is where they're introduced, at the beginning of Act 2, before we get too deep into our new world. In writing 50,000 words in the month of November, the B story character in your life might be someone who is a new friend that you meet on the Nano website in the forums. It might be someone that you find on social media who is also going through NaNoWriMo and you learn something from that person. It might be someone you physically go to a meetup and meet someone else who's writing, or someone who's been in your life but they become more important because you're doing this NaNoWriMo thing together. This is your B story character. This is someone who's supporting you as you're growing and developing and going on this NaNoWriMo journey. For our hero, the novelist, in our meta exploration of writing NaNoWriMo, there is someone who is going to become the B story character in their life, and this is just going to be a quick snippet of a scene that introduces this new character to you as the viewer and to our novelist as their B story character. The novelist's phone kept buzzing in their pocket through the morning, and they had no idea why. They were at work. No one usually bothered them during work hours. They refused to pull the phone out on principle until their lunch break. When they finally sat down with a sandwich and a bottle of water, not coffee, sadly, they pulled out their phone to see a string of chat messages. Why, they muttered, 25 notifications from the Bard.
Hey, are you free? Text me back. You're writing NaNoWriMo, yeah? Are you writing now? I am. Write with me. We can get words together. You're probably working. Well, when you're done, hit me up.
And so it continued. The Bard was having their own conversation. No feedback needed. The novelist laughed. I'm still at work, but I would love to write together later.
Sweet, when are you off?
Couple hours. I'll text you.
Great, I'm so excited. This is my first Nano.
Mine too. Let's win together. The novelist shook their head and put their phone down while it continued to buzz away. Writing tonight would certainly be interesting. So there you have the beginning of Act 2 with our new B story character to support our novelist, the Bard. And no, I'm not giving anyone real names. I'm not assigning anyone genders. This is a exploration of a project for me, and that just seems like something I don't want to do, so I'm not going to. In the next video, we're going to dive deep into Act 2, into the fun and games beat, which is really the meat and potatoes, the promise of the premise, the best part of writing, like your idea of why you wanted to write this project. And that's what we're going to be getting into in our next video, which will be coming this weekend. See you in the next one. And of course, now the buzzing stops. Seriously? That is the most frustrating thing ever.